Vortex. I just got a new memory card. You want to know how many hours it has? 32. That is a lot of footage. I didn't realize how much I was shooting until there was no memory left. Because I just wasn't paying attention. You know, I just kept talking. And, you know, I'm actually not a fan of women talking. Surprisingly. I really don't even like talking myself. Like, it's not something that other people have to listen to, you know? It's something that I do because it's kind of just part of my experience, you know? And it's really nice whenever I am quiet and I feel like I've run out of things to say. It's very, very rare. Because I'm sure you've noticed that I tend to say the same thing over and over again. And it's really annoying, but at the same time, it's like everybody does that. Everybody is monotonous in some form or fashion. So, I realize that people probably get sick of it. They get sick of things being redundant. But they can watch something else. This is the internet, okay? This is the internet. That means that there is like all this other content out there that's readily available. And I'm sure you have the internet on you at all times, so you already know that, right? But yeah, generally we talk about our experience because, you know, that's my life, you know? It's my life, and it's my mind, and it's my feelings, and it's my thoughts, and the attention that I pay to things that, according to me, you know, a lot of people don't pay attention to. Mainly because it wasn't in their instruction manual, you know? So yeah. Like rules. Like people think they have to follow rules, but they don't. I mean, it would be wise to do the right thing, you know, but what's the right thing? Is the right thing following the rules because that's what you're supposed to do? I mean, I'm not one to just fucking break the rules. All because they're rules. Fuck rules, you know? But at the same time, it's like, if you don't even know why you're doing something, then, you know, you're probably not a very good person. Maybe I'm wrong about that, though. Like, I don't think that you necessarily have to be conscious of right and wrong to do right or wrong. You know, because a lot of people do the wrong thing because they're dumb, you know? Or they do the wrong thing because they just don't know any better. But you've managed to convince so many people in every society that the right thing is the thing that everybody does, that they've been told to do, that they don't question. That's my issue with rules, okay? Yeah, so I went to the funeral of my late priest, and I was crying throughout most of it. And I was thinking to myself, man, I just need to tell people that I just left a funeral, you know? And then I can cry whenever I want. Because, you know, people aren't uncomfortable if you're crying at a funeral. But they are uncomfortable if you're crying literally anywhere else, you know? There are certain settings where you're allowed to cry because it's a socially acceptable place to cry. Like, one of my favorite things about going to my church is that I can bawl my eyes out and nobody insists that I talk to somebody. I talk to somebody, or I take something that will make my experience a little easier. I think that you're talking about yourself. I'm talking about something that's making you uncomfortable, and so you would rather me not talk about it. I'm feeling something that's making you feel uncomfortable, so you'd rather not deal with that. Just admit that. I would have way more respect for these motherfuckers if they could just admit, you're making me uncomfortable, therefore I want you to be a medicated zombie. You know? There's this chick that I used to be really good friends with. And I was friends with her for like almost 20 years. She stopped talking to me because I'm not a fucking socialist. She's some college professor, so of course, you know, they're brainwashed through the curriculum itself. But I kind of figured that that was eventually going to happen with us because of her, not because of me. And not because I think that I'm above any sort of wrongdoing. It's just that whenever I'm wrong, I can admit that I'm wrong, and I try to rectify the situation. It seems like when other people are wrong, they do whatever they possibly can to like avoid having to take responsibility for it, and then just blame their shit on somebody else. It's just something I've noticed. But yeah, like, I would never stop talking to somebody because of politics. And really, like, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna go this way. A lot of stuff that I have forgiven, you know, ways that I've been mistreated. And sometimes, you know, it takes me a minute. Like, sometimes I need to, you know, have some space. But it's like, I would never just, like, diss somebody because of their beliefs, or even us, like, growing apart or whatever. Like, I would still try to, like, maintain a friendship. Especially if we've been friends for a long time, you know? But yeah, the last conversation that I had with this bitch, she was trying to convince me to take medication because I was crying and it was making her uncomfortable. And she was like, well, you can't possibly be happy like this. Nobody's fucking happy, bitch. This is America, okay? Nobody is happy. What is happiness anyway? Happiness is like a fleeting experience. Like, it's just so crazy to me that people strive to be happy, as if, like, that's the only thing that matters. I mean, in order to actually be happy, you have to be able to accept sadness and anger and pain and suffering and all that. Otherwise, it doesn't mean shit. So she's the weak one. And, you know, she totally believes in medication. I mean, she believes in voting. So, there you go. It's like all these people, they just believe in shit that doesn't work. And then they get mad at you because you don't want to do the thing that doesn't work, that you've proven doesn't work, because you've fucking done it and you paid attention, unlike them. But anyway, I digress.